What did you make fun of or were completely against until you tried it out for yourself? These pants, or leggings, I always saw girls wear them. They have like a Christmas design on them. Just Google Christmas printed leggings and you'll know what I mean. God, I used to think those were the most hideous things on earth and couldn't understand why everyone was wearing them. Somebody bought me a pair and I don't ever want to take them off now. They're comfy and sorta cute. Shooting a gun. I have taken a couple people to the range that have never fired a gun before. They have always had a blast, but first it's just getting them used to the gun before the range. As a side note, I may be responsible for a couple of people's expensive hobbies. Visual novels. They're basically just choose your own adventure books, which is awesome. Snuggies. I know it's basically a backwards bathrobe, but goddamn it's comfy to read in. Dungeons and Dragons. I thought it was going to be stupid and geeky and some friends forced me to roll a character. I am now my friend's go-to dungeon master. It's just an amazing game system for telling stories and having fun with friends. Rock Band on PlayStation. At the time my friends and I played actual guitars, drums, etc. together and I said repeatedly, you know, we could actually play all these songs right. Once I played it though, I had a good time. I was the same way. I always scoffed at the cheap plastic guitars and cheesy drum set, until we were at a party where it was set up. A few beers and a few hours later, I was hooked. Went out and bought it for myself the next day. As a straight man, a prostate massager. Not even so much for stimulating one's prostate, although that's pretty fun. It works amazingly well for scratching deep anal itches. Boxed wine. My experience at first was the slap the bag fancier kind in high school, but good boxed wine is delicious. Like Black Box or Bota Box. It lasts longer and is a better value. Never disparage a good cardboard oaks. OHH man. Cabin in the woods. I gave my buddy, Lou, Ohio so much crap for it. I said it was a stupid move to see, essentially an idiotic pile of trash. Then I saw it was by Joss Whedon, and on Netflix, and I watched it and it was fantastic. Even though it was over 3 years later and he didn't recall, I still apologized. Having my butthole licked. I always thought that was freaking gross. How could I ever kiss that girl again? Then I finally caved and let her do it. Holy frick. It was like, well, it was like having your butthole licked. I highly recommend it. Couponing. I used to think only crazy people did it so they could hoard 2,000 tubes of toothpaste. But I needed a hobby when I got clean off of pills and we were really broke after I did 90 days in an expensive rehab. So it made sense to try to save money anywhere I could. When I finally figured out how to do it, it went from a hobby to a way of life. It goes beyond shopping for groceries. I get things free all the time. In the last few years I've gotten Too Faced chocolate bar palette, Creo transformer set, Nerf water guns, a box full of Kashi products, and so much more for free. I do have a stockpile now, but I never get an excessive amount of something that has an expiration date. However, I did get 152 rolls of toilet paper for free recently, but who doesn't use toilet paper? I usually save an average of 70-80% a shopping trip. Sometimes I get lucky and save 100%. As a cashier at Target, I hate you. Disc golf. It is so much fun. Counter-Strike. I had always assumed it was the COD of PC, and it kind of is, but it's a crap ton more fun. They don't try to resell it to you every year, and you don't spend the whole game being yelled at by little kids. Instead you spend it getting yelled at by grown adults, but hey, it's something. Spinach artichoke dip. Minnesotan here. I always made fun of people who made such a big dang deal about their lake cabin. I thought it was weird that people would just go out and look at water all day. Then, I finally went out to a friend's cabin. Getting drunk on a boat and eating essentially nothing but cheese all day is dope as heck. Hawaiian pizza. Reddit. I remember being told about it and so I went and checked it out, but like a lot of people it seemed confusing at first, and I didn't think it was that great. Then I decided to give it another chance, and after I understood how it worked, I loved it. I only lurked at first. Then one day I made an account because I wanted to upvote something. Eventually, I started participating, and I'm glad I decided to give it a chance because I have met some great friends here that I probably would have never met otherwise. Steam. Download my games? No physical copy? What silliness. I thought, won't last. Let me buy my games on CD and I'll be quite happy. Thank you very much. Then I bought the orange box, because hey, Portal, Half-Life 2, and Team Fortress 2 all on one CD. Such goodness I was about to experience. I got home and, curse them, I have to create a Steam account to play games I already bought. How dare they stoop to such trickery. Fine, but only because I really want to play these games. That's it, no more. You know, that's a pretty good midweek deal on Dawn of War GOTY edition. I have been wanting to get that for a while. Another month goes by and cue the holiday sale event. Such joy, 75% off all those wonderful titles. I was converted and hooked. High school me. People drinking is so dumb. I like remembering last night too much to act like an idiot. College me. Ewajds 9th cask DKFKJSD 909DF90 me. Adventure Time. I still maintain that show is not a kids show. It's not adult. It's perfectly PG-13 at worst. But, man, it's freaking dark. I love it so hard. Guacamole. Avocados in general. You can eat them on almost anything. Game of Thrones. I thought it was 100% incest until I watched it and realized it's only 98% incest. Cross-dressing. Thought it was weird and pointless, but my girlfriend wanted me to try on some of her clothes once and it was hella fun. Comic books. And then I read The Killing Joke, and now I've got a bunch of Batman graphic novels on my Amazon wishlist. Boxers. 10-year-old me would mock them for being cliche and for old people. Then I slipped some on one day. You know those videos of ASPCA releasing animals that have been confined their entire life? The confusion and gratitude the animal looks back at them with. That was my wee-wee that day. My wee-wee has been free range ever since. Anal. I insisted that Facebook was a total ripoff of MySpace, which was a lot better. I haven't logged into my MySpace account in about 8 years now. I was skeptical about MySpace for a while because I loved my Zanga. Man, that was an early 2000s thing to say. Magic the Gathering. I was 11 when I made fun of my friends for playing. I'm 28 now and still at it. Going to the gym. Golf. Golf is the most frustrating sport I have ever played. The only reason I keep playing it is because occasionally I will actually get a good freaking shot. Toms. I thought they were overpriced for what they are, and look weird on people's feet. I'm not going to say I was wrong, but dang if they're not comfortable and they come in some really cute styles. I have 4 pairs now. Those e-cigs that look like you're sucking on ET's finger. Tastes better and feels more satisfying than anything any cigarette I've had. Curling. Watching other people play video games. Why not just play the games yourself? Surely that would be more fun. Then college rolled around and I didn't have a TV. I was getting bored one night and decided to watch some YouTube videos. Found this group called the Yogscast. Found myself growing fond of the individual group members. I opted out of cable and continued watching these guys as well as other YouTube personalities. I like watching games for the same reason others watch sports. It's fun watching people who are way better than me do something I like. Plus the commentaries are usually pretty funny. Fanfics. There are some really good ones out there, some even better than canon. I'm not completely a fan, but every once in a while I hear about one I might like and try it. Currently reading HPMOR, Pokemon, The Origin of Species and Have Luminosity, or Twilight with Brains, on my reading list. If you get over the stigma of the typical tween girl shipping male villains with heroes, you can find some quality readings there. Totally agree. There are some amazingly talented writers out there. I enjoy reading fanfics mainly because I love the canon and it's a great way to keep that love going. Literally, depending on what you read. MDMA. Base fishing. You're an enigmatic figure, righteous nomad, a quandary wrapped in a conundrum. Minecraft. K-pop. I didn't like it at first because listening to music I don't understand didn't make too much sense to me. I eventually tried it out and got hooked. For foreign fans like me who don't speak Korean, K-pop is mainly about the catchy tunes and the unique concepts artists come up with for their music videos. Coke. I've never heard people badmouth Coke for not being freaking awesome. They badmouth it for how completely it fricks you over health-wise. Having known people who did mountains of the purest Coke you can imagine, they still agree the health problems aren't worth it. I was very homophobic before I quit trying to act the way I thought people around me expected me to, and decided to be true to myself. And then I realized that I am pan even. I honestly think my homophobia was a product of the environment I was raised in. It's a shame more people don't eventually decide to think for themselves and be true to themselves. My wife and mother-in-law badgered me for years about Harry Potter. I was in college when this was going on, but the books had been out for years by then. I'd make fun of my friend's little brother for being obsessed with it. A freaking wizard? A little kid wizard? Lame. Then one night I'm at my in-laws. I don't think I was actually married yet, but whatever. And they're like, we're watching Harry. This is the third movie. You will love it. And so we watched this movie about a weird little kid that goes back in time and the rat is a dude and the names are wonky and only the adults dress like old Timmy, Dickensian wizards, and it ends on a total down note. I was not impressed. That summer off of college was brutal. Interning during the day, up at 5:30 to hitch a ride into work. Get home to my high school friends I was drifting apart from. I'd get home from work not wanting to do anything but sleep or go back to college with my new friends and girlfriend. I started reading the books that summer, starting with the first one. It was hard to get through only because it is such a little kid's book. You feel ridiculous reading something like that. But the world is really fleshed out and even in the first books little winks get resolved later on and it seems like there has been extensive planning in the plot. I think I read the first 4 or so books that summer. They're just wonderful. The world is immersive. The winks and hints just get bigger. Even the side characters are interesting. And so here I am some 7 years later. I only ever read the series once, but I've seen the movies to an embarrassing degree. If there is nothing on, Harry goes on. HP Weekend on ABC Family, delightful. Halloween is coming up and I eagerly await it being on constantly, even though I basically know every line to every movie. It is to the point where my wife rolls her eyes when I suggest we put on Slughorn or Chamber or Part 1. She created a monster. I don't even particularly care for movies, but god dang it, I can't quit you HP. Nutella. I mean how good it really be? It's just chocolate, right? Oh how wrong I was. Sriracha. It's just hot sauce. No it's not. Skinny jeans. I was in HS when these were just starting to be trendy and was like those emo girls look like freaking idiots. Me and my flare jeans are so cool. Now I can't even handle a straight leg. Girls. Crocs. They are amazing. Perfect for lounging, walking down the road to a store, slipping on in case of an emergency, and being so goddamn comfortable. I even went to a club in Germany with them on. I'm a proud supporter of what you all are quick to turn down at just the sight of. Shame on you. Shame on all of you. You've been visited by the banana guardian. He will protect you and all of your bananas, but only if you comment, "Protect us mighty doggo." If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.